Hey, what's going on everybody? System Psycho back with another retro review. Today we're going to take it back all the way back to the NES, and we're going to be reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original game. So, in all my other videos I've asked you guys any suggestions of some games that you guys want me to review. So I've gotten tons, of course, and I've actually gotten tons of comments to review pretty much every Ninja Turtle game, to be honest with you. But I figured, you know what? If I'm going to do Ninja Turtles, I'll probably start with the very first one. And I actually got a comment suggesting the very first Ninja Turtle game. And it was by Elijah Pittman, one of my subscribers, a guy that watches a lot of our videos. We appreciate your support. And so yeah, let's get started with the review. Okay, so what I want to say about this. So going back, this is a game that I have been playing since I can remember. I think the first time I played this game I was 5 years old. I used to rent this game all the time as a kid. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was made by Ultra. If you guys didn't know, Ultra is actually kind of like a side company of Konami. Back in the day, Nintendo had a rule that, you know, game developers could only release a certain amount of games a year. I'm not sure on the exact amount. I believe it's between 5 to 7 games. But to pretty much go over that rule, game companies just kind of made a side company, and Konami's was Ultra, just so they can release more than 5 to 7 games a year. So of course in this game you play as Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael. And of course you're going to be going after Shredder and the Foot Soldiers. And so the story really isn't that big of a, you know, impact or big of a deal in this game. Basically, as NES games go, you just pretty much play and just get to the end and defeat the last boss. That's how pretty much these games are. Now, with this game, you can actually pick all 4 turtles, and you can actually choose them in between, you know, the time that you're playing. So you can, if for instance you're playing as Raphael and your energy goes low, you can switch right then and there to Donatello. And you know, you can keep doing that until you use all 4 turtles. You know, you don't have to die and then you can use another turtle, or you don't just pick one turtle and play throughout the whole game. You pretty much play through all 4 turtles. The way the game starts is you start off on a top view version, kind of shows like the whole map landscape. You go through sewers, you go inside sewers, and it becomes a side-scrolling game. That's to me where the best part lies in this game. You really just don't go level to level. In a way, it's kind of like open to go where you want to go. You don't have to go through every sewer, you don't have to go through every room or every building, but you can if you want to get certain items, or maybe a pizza, or if you want to defeat, you know, enemies. Now that's the thing about this game is, you know, they have enemies that normally aren't in any of the Ninja Turtle canons or media, such as the cartoons or action figures. You know, you got a big frog man, you got Chainsaw Man, Fireman, you got these weird ass like flying things, and it's just random. But you know, this game, a lot of people say how hard it is. Now that's one of the things I want to talk about this game is the difficulty. The difficulty in this game is fucking absurd. It's crazy. It's bananas. Like, it's hard as shit. Now, to be honest with you, I have not beaten this game. I've gotten to the part where, you know, you get into the turtle van and you have missiles and you defeat certain stuff, but then you have to go through sewers, and I don't know. I haven't beaten the game. But the difficulty in this is very hard. Very, very hard. One of the main reasons why I believe it's hard is there's certain gaps that you have to jump through. Now, not only is it a side scroller, but it's a platformer as well. You know, there's certain jumps that if you don't make that jump, you gotta fucking go through the whole level again, go all the way right, go up and go back. And some of these jumps are very hard. You have to be very precise. You have to do them at a very specific jump at a very, very specific time, and it can be very frustrating. There's even parts where it looks like a jump, but you jump and you can't make it, but the whole time you didn't have to jump. You just had to walk over the little gap, which is crazy. On top of that, what makes it hard is the fact that if you leave a certain area and you come back, the enemies reappear. And there's hordes and hordes of them. Tons of enemies, man, I'm telling you. And some of them can be very annoying. Another thing about this game that's very hard is the seaweed level. Now, I know a lot of people know about this level, and they talk how hard this game is because of that level. Basically, you're swimming and you have to deactivate a certain amount of bombs at a certain amount of time. And the only problem is, to get to these freaking bombs, you have to go through this seaweed that's electrical, and it hurts you very bad, but you have a very narrow area to swim past it, and it can get very, very frustrating. And the thing that sucks about this game is once a turtle dies, that's it, they don't come back, so then you just have whatever turtles you have left. So, you know, in a way you kind of have to strategically kind of like decide when you want to switch turtles. But then again, you can get items, you can get ninja stars, you know, and of course every Ninja Turtle has their own weapon. Me personally, I think Donatello is the best one because he has the longest reach with the bow staff. Raphael is probably the worst one because he just has a sai. A very annoying part about this game is when your energy is low, it freaking rings this loud ass sound, this annoying sound that just keeps ringing and ringing and ringing, and if you don't get energy, it just keeps ringing until you fucking die. The music in this game is pretty fucking awesome. I really love the intro music. I think the intro music has stuck in my head forever. For all these years that I've played it, I think it's awesome. So I think the soundtrack to this game is very good. You know, this game could have been a lot better, honestly. But, you know, it's Ninja Turtles' very first video game. But pretty much after this game, you know, we had Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. We had Ninja Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project, which were all beat 'em ups, and they were 2 players. And so those were completely different than this game. This game is actually just a 1-player game. To be honest with you, this game gets a lot of slack, and you know, it can be very hard and very challenging at times. I can agree on that, and it can be very frustrating on some parts. But if I had to give it a score, honestly, out of 5, I would give it a 2.5 out of 5. The reason why I give it 2.5 mainly is because I'd have to deduct some points for difficulty. I believe it's a little bit too frustrating. It can be a little too hard. Another thing are the enemies. I mean, I don't even know who these guys are. I mean, you buy Ninja Turtles stuff to, you know, to see the enemies, or, you know, you want to see Ninja Turtles. You know, you don't want to just see random frogmen. You know what I mean? You want to see, like, I don't know, you could put like Pizza Face, or you can put Slash, or Leatherhead, you know what I mean? But instead, you know, they have these random characters, which I believe are kind of dumb to have. But anyways, I believe that that's kind of a thing that I would have to deduct points for. The strong points in this game, obviously the music, and I think the side-scrolling portions is good. Even though it's kind of hard, the side-scrolling is kind of fun at times, you know, defeating enemies, you know, you can jump really high. It's kind of fun. But once you start getting into the random levels of, you know, the electric seaweed, and then, you know, getting stuck in certain places and having to jump gaps, that's what sucks. But the whole action part where you just defeat enemies and bosses, I believe that's kind of fun to me, in my opinion. I think 2.5 isn't that bad of a grade, and I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan. I love Ninja Turtles, period. Ninja Turtles was the shit growing up, you know what I mean? Like, Ninja Turtles was life. That was it, you know what I mean? Like, all the other cartoons were side cartoons, and Ninja Turtles was the thing. Like, that was it. That was life. As a kid, Ninja Turtles was everything. You know what I mean? Other cartoons, you would compare that to Ninja Turtles. How would that compare? You know what I mean? I suggest you just guys take a look at this game. You know, if you're a big Ninja Turtles fan, I wouldn't see the harm in playing it just to see how hard it is. You know what I mean? And if there's somebody out there that can actually beat it, then you're a fucking wizard. No bullshit. Alright guys, so that's it. Once again, if you guys have any suggestions for any games you want me to review, any retro reviews, just leave them down below. I know you guys have left some other suggestions in other videos, but if I haven't looked those over, leave it down below again. I will go through them. I'll pick one. I'll play it. I'll review it for you. Once again, guys, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate you watching. Follow me on Facebook. Follow One Hit Combo on Facebook, Instagram, everything. Leave the links down below. We appreciate the support. And yeah, once again, guys, appreciate you watching. Peace out.
Who the heck is that?
Wayne Gretzky? On steroids?